What's going on, gamers? So we got another update here on PSSR 2 being confirmed by Scotty, Japanese account, and somebody else as well with this article over here. Massive PSSR 2 overhaul confirmed for March 2026. We got some updates on FPS improvements, and even for games that don't even have PSSR on it, it's going to be very interesting. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to be getting into this. We're going to be reading this page here, but then we're going to see what this guy has to say here first as well. So let's get into it. I'm looking forward to this update, and I can't wait to see these improvements.
So this article from Zubideck and Scotty here basically says, good morning, looks like the update for the PSSR 2 is already here or is going to have a release date between January and March 2026. Get ready, people. I knew this was going to happen.
That's what I was trying to tell you guys from what I saw from that early leak. And then somebody was saying, oh, you're using an AI overview. You can't be trusted. And I'm like, I know what I'm talking about because I've seen some stuff on Twitter. And that's some of the stuff that I've seen right here that's kind of confirming that. And the guy says the update is ready. They're kind of testing it and trying to get it ready here. So we could be seeing it here in the next month or two, but most people are thinking March. Obviously, it's going to be out before Soros. It has to be out before certain games. And if they said that Neo was going to be on it, then you would know it would be out before that. But that's out next month, though. So I haven't seen that. But what I do know is that it's not too far away. And I can't wait to see how this is going to happen because this is kind of like what I wanted to see from the Pro. Like, okay, getting something like this is actually going to be huge. It's not going to be no minor improvement. It's going to be a major improvement because it's going to be affecting a lot of things, and you're going to be getting huge benefits. And that's what you want for premium titles and games like GTA 6 that are also coming out this year, which is going to be the biggest, obviously, highlight for it. So the guy says that it was already ready. You saw that. And he's saying between January and March. That's what I was telling people. I wasn't sitting here making up. You know, AGN doesn't do that over here.
Major update, timing around January to March, implementation of a feature very similar to FSR 4 on the PS5 Pro.
See, implementation of a feature very similar to FSR 4 on the PS5 Pro. And if you've seen the CNN and Transformer comparisons between AMD's CNN Transformer model with FSR 4 versus NVIDIA DLSS4 Transformer models, it's closer than it has ever been. And it has to be because after a while, there's only so much improvements you can make. And like I said, this gap is going to close big time, and this is going to be very nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Because as we know, PlayStation have been working with AMD to basically bring PSSR in line with FSR 4 and have some of the same features, even though the PS5 Pro hardware-wise doesn't have a lot of the same things the newer AMD APUs have. They're going to do their best to at least bring it up to future parity with FSR 4, and they're working close with AMD to do that. And this is going to bring a lot of big improvements to PS5 Pro games on PS5 Pro, Fidelity mode, performance mode. You're basically going to get Fidelity mode with the frame rate and benefits of performance mode thanks to this upscale.
You see what he just said? That's huge. And that's what I was saying. Like, imagine now fidelity mode, keeping those visuals you have, but you're getting that performance mode that you have right now in the Pro. You're like, oh, I mean, because I was just playing Alan Wake 2, Silent Hill 2. I'm doing performance 60 frames, and it's still looking good. I'm going to be able to get the fidelity and keep those same frames. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That is not no light improvement. That is what I'm talking about. That's really good. And that just closes the gap even more. And when you think about the value that the Pro is offering, and this has nothing to do with whether you like Sony or not, this is just, I got these specifications and I'm being able to get these improvements for this price right now in this insane ass market, right? All other stuff, console war stuff aside, this is what I'm talking about. And this is where Sony gets ahead again big time because they have a Pro model, and there's going to be a big advantage again and a bigger gap between what the PlayStation 5 Pro can offer and what the Series X can offer. It's not an argument. It's just math difference and improvements. And anybody else trying to argue against that is just being a fanboy and not being intelligent against evidence in science. You know what I mean? It's like, no, this is good for gaming, and it's not NVIDIA. Screw them.
Scalar technology, improved image quality,
and not Windows.
Compared to before, frame rates boosted even for games that were capped at 70 or 80 frames a second.
You see that improved image quality and performance compared to before. Frame rates boosted even for games that were capped at 70 to 80 frames. That means you're going to be able to go farther than that. And we got something to take a look at that article over there to prove that, so you can see what I'm talking about. Low resolution classic games also upscale to high resolution. Backwards compatibility improvements. Oh man, remember when Sony wasn't having that? This is what I'm talking about, man. See, that's what I like to see right here. Classic games, guys. Like if you think about like some of the PS3 games that could possibly pop up there, PS4 games, PS2, PS1, they're all going to get upscaled to run better. That's good. So that is a massive improvement, and it's not just something for just certain games. It's for everybody that has a console.
Second, low resolution.
PS6 will have this.
Also upscaled to high resolution. New debugging tools prepared for developers. There was another tweet I wanted to share with you too from MBG. My bad. Okay, so that was basically the same thing I just read to you. But yeah, low resolution classic games will also be upscaled to higher resolutions. And of course, somebody says.
That's funny. Every single time, I swear that's like this thing with Bloodborne, because that's why people were making the PC mods where I was like, bro, can I get my Bloodborne upscale, please? Can I get 60 frames per second on Bloodborne? I don't blame them. I got the platinum on Bloodborne, one of the best games I've ever played. And I don't know if you guys saw that article by Miyazaki, but yeah, he's basically saying, don't worry, we're going to have the PS6 version, and that's not being touched because that's something that I put everything into personally. But yeah, Bloodborne is forever going to be something that's going to be talked about. But you saw what they were saying right here on Reddit too, so it's everywhere. This is an AI saying this. This is information available everywhere.
Yes. Just remaster Bloodborne already, for goodness sake. With how much the community's been going on about a Bloodborne remaster or a remake, it's got me even curious. I'd never heard of Bloodborne until I heard the PlayStation community at every state of play beg and pray that Bloodborne was going to be re-released. And I do agree with this Reddit post here from Eric Jale. He says, just wish they updated PSSR versions without developer intervention. It would improve a lot of games right now. And that's one of the bad sides of...
Yeah, I agree with that. Or allow somebody to just turn it off and just say, I would just want wall rasterization improvements. Like if I was just upgrading my PC along with the other stuff.
Here is a good example of PSSR for those who don't know.
But that's all about to go away anyways.
So basically, they're running games at lower resolution. They're stretching it out to, be 4K, and then they're filling in all the blanks using AI and using this upscaling technology.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the bad things is a lot of the developers have to intentionally put out an update to support this new PSSR update. It's not going to just improve games across the board automatically in day one. Developers are going to have to take advantage of it. That is the downside of this. So, if you're wanting a certain game to take advantage of PSSR 2, you're going to have to reach out to the developer and nag them. As a community, we're going to have to do this because it's not something that's just going to automatically improve.
Sony did say, though, that if the game already has PSSR in it, it could have a backwards compatibility improvement automatically. Now, I don't know how that applies to everything, but I know what he means.
Not like building, they're not updating PSSR across the board and pushing this update out to everything that already uses PSSR. Developers are going to have to manually tick a box, or at least
for some games, I can imagine that.
This new upscaler, which is just a bit of a bummer, man. You know how developers are too. A lot of time they're busy on developing new projects.
I'm pretty sure, though, Sony's been working on it this whole time to make sure something like that's going to happen. But first and foremost, it's for the newer games we're mostly interested in. Definitely GTA. That's the biggest thing here. But just in general, as a basic improvement for every game going forth and whatever they go back to, obviously it's going to be all their first-party games. So everything else, I'm pretty sure it's going to be there for all the premium games that you want.
And stuff like that. Usually when it comes to implementing a new Sony only technology, they can be a little bit slow to implement updates. The community really has to bug them, so that's a bit of a downside. And again, Eric Jale's spot on. It should be something a user can override, just like you can on Nvidia. I don't know if it should be overridden by default. It definitely shouldn't be overridden without any way to revert back. New models are usually better overall, but can have regressions that vary on a game-by-game basis. What's confusing is when they announced next-gen PSSR with AMD last year, Cerny initially stated that any games already utilizing PSSR wouldn't need to be updated to see the benefits, and I've heard conflicting.
That's what I was saying. That's what I read. That if you already have PSSR 2 will automatically be able to make it better automatically. And if the developer wants to benefit that even more, they can. That's what I was reading. So we're going to have to find out about that, but that's what I was saying in my other PSSR 2.0 video that I actually made.
Conflicting reports as to,
Yeah, that's how FSR 4 works, as long as the game has it.
Works as long as the game has native FSR 3.1, the devs don't have to do anything. But yeah, it's unclear if as of.
What do you mean, dude? That's how it works. I think he's the one that's confused. I think that's how it's going to work, guys. Unless I'm proven otherwise, because wrong otherwise. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. No, it's games that don't have PSSR in them that they would have to go do that because it's not sitting there. But if I'm going from DLSS 3 to 4 and you just upgrade it, I should be able to just automatically have it. I don't have to go in a control panel like on PC. No, it just activates. I think that that's how it's going to work. And Sony can do that themselves since it's first party. So, yeah, I mean, if anybody else has any other information, let me know.
So right now, if PSSR 2 is just going to override the existing PSSR, or if developers are going to have to obviously make those changes to enable it themselves.
Okay, so now going over here, guys, this is something I wanted to share. All right, so it says the PSS5 Pro hasn't quite hit its stride since launch. High price tags and limited software optimization left many adapters wondering if the hardware lived up to the hype. The changes now as Sony prepares a massive system overhaul. Now, yeah, people were used as beta testers for sure. I didn't get mine until like late last year. Sony preps massive PS5 Pro update, which is supposed to be arriving before the end of March. So we have like a deadline here, right? So here's what I was trying to tell you guys that I found out also that was new here. We know that the shimmering and the ghosting issue is going to be fixed here. They say that's going away. But what makes things interesting is right here. The technical leaps comes from a partnership with AMD. The new software reportedly leverages tech similar to FSR4, which uses machine learning for better efficiency. This allows games that currently struggle at 70 or 80 to finally hit a locked 120 frames per second. That right there is huge. Now, if I can get, like I said, where now quality mode is doing fidelity and fidelity is doing performance and performance is doing over 100 to 120. Oh man, see, that's going to be great. And I think that's what it's going to be, guys. And we're also going to look more into the classic description right here as well. So we see that 70 to 80 to 120. Huge. For gamers, this means a $700 investment starts to make sense. Dude, it's a landslide right now with this insane PC crisis we're having. NVIDIA is trying to kill PC gaming, along with Microsoft and plenty of others, to make it to where it's ridiculous and it's more about renting and subscriptions, and you're not owning anything. And in order to get into something to be able to perform like this, it's going to cost a fortune. It's like, screw you, man. I already said it before. Like, you think about $700 for the Pro, right? Even $750. What's the price of 32 gigabytes of RAM right now? Right? You got to pay out the ass. Now they're trying to get you to $250, $300 for that crap. It's like, dude, what? What if you wanted to get an RTX 4060 Ti, right? Which is kind of similar to what the Pro has. Dude, you already paid for the Pro. Guys, what about NAND? What, it has a 2 terabyte in there. How much are 2 terabytes going to start costing now? With the NAND stuff going. You see what I mean? You already get a 900 range already. You didn't even get your power supply. You didn't get your CPU. You didn't get your damn case. You didn't get liquid cooling, mouse, keyboard, monitor. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, screw you guys. No headset, man. You can't even get to that yet. It's like, oh my God, man. Why are they doing this? That's insane. So when you think about what you wanted to complain about for the price tag for the Pro from a console perspective last year compared to the timeline right now, it's like, this is no longer something to complain about when you look at the PC world. It's embarrassing now. Do we want this? Hell no. No, I would have rather this still be coming out and PC be able to be affordable to what it is. But now it's like you just made the console values way more significant. And this backwards freaking generation we're going through right now that's ridiculous because of stupid AI nonsense. So, like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, I just think about it. You know what I mean? I just want to do this for you right now. Let's say if we wanted to Google something, right? RTX 4060 Ti. Right? Let's go shopping here. And remember, look at that, man. $549. $549. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, guys? I don't know what to tell you, but man, what I do have to say is that this is cancer. Guys, you saw that, right? $549. Because it has 16 gigabytes of VRAM inside of the Pro. So, all right, go get your RAM for 32 gigs. Go get your CPU. I didn't even say 2 terabyte yet. 2 terabyte SSD. You want to look into that? $200 something, maybe $300 now. See what I mean? It's no, man, it's crazy. Yeah. So you have retro upscaling, new life for PlayStation Plus classics. They're going to get upscaled. This update is where it's at. I'm telling you right now. Once this drops, then it's just like, what do you really have to say? Like, if you're trying to do a PC argument, and I'll tell you, I have a badass PC right here. I do. You know, and I'm just trying to say that, guys, it's no longer applicable anymore. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about this. I am very excited for this update. We can finish off what he has to say over here. But it used to be to where when this came out, you could say, okay, let's compare this to a PC now if you want to be able to get these type of improvements and benefits like Digital Foundry would do the video. But now it's just no longer comparable anymore, and that's insane. So yeah, this is going to be a good update. Looking forward to playing Saros with this, GTA, Neo 3, and lots of other games. Wolverine, Intergalactic. Hey, man, there's a lot. And other third-party games. Unless I'm going to be playing them on my high-end PC, which I have a 24-core processor on. Yeah, you know. Later, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day.